So his name is Gremlin. He doesn't like people. He doesn't like being rubbed on. He doesn't even like interactions. He just wants to be a horse and to be left alone. First day, I get Gremlin and we go in the round pen. Once I get him in there and turn him loose, I couldn't get his attention. He wasn't interested in me. He was trying to figure out how he could get over the top of these walls. I couldn't get within 30 feet of him again before he would just start backing up and he'd turn away and just run. So as I've continued to work with him, it took way longer. Everything that I had learned up until that point, every horse that I had worked with and started, I had to rely on all of that knowledge just to get past square one with him. And about 5 days in, I get a saddle on him. He did not like that. He did not like that. I could tell in his eyes, he was thinking, you know what? I trusted you, and then you strapped this thing to my back and you won't take it off. So I throw a leg on him, and I could see him every step that he took. He was trying to put an eye on me. And when he broke into a trot, that was it. He exploded. Probably the hardest bucking I've ever felt with a horse. About 3 or 4 hops in, he drops on his front end and sucks back up under himself and just slams you right on the ground. I landed on like my shoulder and my neck. I'm just a dusty mess. And he stops and he looks at me. It was almost as if he was like, all right, you want to try this again? So in that moment, I'm thinking, okay, what did I do wrong? What did I do wrong? It ended up being an everyday event. I didn't know if I was gonna get him through it. Every day I came to work, it's the first thing that was on my mind. Oh, you gotta ride Gremlin today. You gotta ride Gremlin today. And I offered him what they call the best deal first, which is, I'm gonna give you an opportunity to show me that you can be a partner. Because something had already affected him negatively. And so every day I went to him and offered him the best deal first, every single day. He bucked me off, he'd run off with me. Captain Wiseman made a decision that Gremlin was gonna be a colt. He didn't feel safe with him going anywhere else. He didn't want me to put any more time into him and maybe ultimately get hurt, because we were about 3 months in and he wasn't giving it up. So he goes to the colt pasture, and I think about him every day and wish that I had him back so that I could give it a better try, because I feel like I failed him. 4 or 5 months later, I asked about him one day. Captain Wiseman smiles at me and he goes, well, I've been thinking about bringing him back, and I want you to give him another shot. Now we're talking. Now we're talking. In that small time frame right there, I had learned so much more, because after that experience and feeling like I failed him, I started to study. I just read everything that I could on horses with those personality traits. And I talk to my horses. It makes them vocal. They start to speak to you whenever they see you, and they'll nicker and stuff like that. So I'm telling them, like, man, how we gonna do today? Huh? How we gonna do today? I'm gonna give you the best deal first. I always give you the best deal first. You know, show me something. It was 2 weeks after that I finally started to see some change, but it was every day going out, working with him, being very forgiving. And I get on him and I notice a big difference. His head just drops down, he sighs, and I squeeze on him with my legs, and he just walks forward. We ride, the entire day goes uneventful. Second day, same thing. I had just gotten used to how he was. I really had exhausted everything. And right when I thought that it wasn't gonna work, I got that big change. But it's been a really amazing process that I could actually see it. He knew that I would give him my all, and regardless of what the horse brought to the table, that I would be persistent and that I would be patient with him. And he's been like that ever since now.